What's up, guys? Here me making another LeBron video, and I knew the Lakers are not gonna win a championship. I knew the Lakers are gonna fold up, and I knew they're nowhere near the conference final, right? And why do I talk about the Lakers? This is for LeBron's legacy, right? I mean, because view purposes, you're hoping LeBron should retire, right? I don't think the Lakers should trade LeBron. I think LeBron needs to retire, right? Because this is just getting quite embarrassing right now, I used to be to be honest, I used to be a delusional LeBron's fan, and I always make an excuse for him. But now, like at this point, like I'm living in reality, and not be delusional about LeBron anymore. And I feel like he's not going to win another ring anymore. His time is up, He can make all the trade he wants, but he's not going to win any championship, right? Yeah, the Lakers just lost their identity, right? I feel like the Lakers has not found their identity yet, And LeBron absolutely played no defense, right? Defense got you to win the championship, right? And was it worth it, to play more, games and extend your season, your career? For what, man? You're not winning, right? And this is why, people say that he's tarnishing his legacy, right? He is, man. He is. I mean, what, just to score more points, the most points you ever score, just to inflate his stats. That's the only reason why he's relevant, right? Just because of his stats, right? But then it doesn't, impact winning. The winning is what matters the most, right? And I know that lots of Laker fans are tired of this, man. They are tired. Let's be honest, man. Like, the Timberwolves actually play, dumb. Like I said, They squander and give Laker chances. The Laker has multiple opportunity of being the Timberwolves, and they just couldn't do it, man. They could not. And yes, whether they beat the Timberwolves or not, they're still not gonna, they're not even getting out of the West. Still not, man. Still. Right, and the Timberwolves just beat the Lakers handily in 5 games, right? Yeah, I watched some play of LeBron James, absolutely doing nothing. He's putting very little effort into defense, and now he's complaining to the refs, right? This is like typically what he does, right? I don't watch LeBron game, but the minute I watched LeBron game, then I really knew that the Laker has no chance because of his LeBron issue. That's why I knew the Lakers has no chance. And now, they start blaming, like, here goes it again and again, the blame game, the excuse, this and that. And I notice, and I even look at the box score, like, very carefully, right? And I'm not making this up, The Lakers are always choking in the fourth quarter, right? That's another thing. Just some other night, or I forgot what game it is, the Lakers was up by like double digit in the fourth quarter, and they lost the game. And to me, that is not surprising, And they did it again, They had the lead, they got close in the game, and they just folded up, right? And then, you got your son, in the league, when he's not even qualified to be in the league. So this is why, I make a video like, LeBron has to retire, right? You're being delusional, LeBron. You're not winning any more rings, right? You trade Anthony Davis for what, Just to get Luka Doncic? Luka Doncic is not going to be enough, and he also, have poor leadership. I mean, the Lakers should just move on from LeBron James, right? They should, and... Yeah, this is me, as a real fan, right? I'm not tearing LeBron down, I'm just, telling the actual truth right now. This is what's going on with him, right? So, yes. The LeBron just absolutely get embarrassed again, right? It's the same thing that happened last year, The Lakers will remain to have the same problem until this man leaves. The team is... wherever LeBron goes, like, he's not going to win anything, period. It does not matter, how much help he gets. he's not winning, man. He's not gonna win, right? And yeah, like ever since, you know, like 2020, the bubble championship, you know, that nobody respects, right? You know, that's when LeBron will ever have his ring, right? But then, you know, I realized that in 2021, you know, LeBron got eliminated to the Phoenix Suns, right? And I do not want to hear excuses like, oh, Anthony Davis was hurt. If LeBron was that great, then he should have beat the Phoenix Suns. But the Phoenix Suns were not a really good team. If Anthony Davis is not in that series at all, I have to be honest, you know, the LeBron would have got swept to the Suns, to that garbage Suns team, right? Yeah, and the Suns are not even good too, and they're not even in the playoff, right? And they still have the same problem too, right? So, yeah, in 2022, you didn't even make it to the playoff. 2023, you went to go get Darvin Ham, you know, and you went to the West Conference Final, and you got swept to the Nuggets. In 2024, you lose to the Nuggets again, you know. In 2025, you lose to a Timberwolf. Like, it just doesn't matter at this point, you know. LeBron should just quit, you know. Like, I feel like he gets older and, you know, things get worse and worse, right? You hire coaches, you fire coaches after coaches after coaches, and the result came out to be the same, right? It just doesn't matter. This is why he has to retire, right? Okay, I just have to end this off here, and bye-bye.